Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
We're having meaningful discussion in the chat room this morning. In case you want to check that out, want to know what's on those crackers.
It was a Belvita breakfast thing.
Okay. All right, welcome. Thanks for coming. Get that out of here. See who's here. Good. All right. It's like got some people straggling in, but let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to get the date right this time. May 17th, which is a Wednesday. Let's talk real estate 2023. Creekside Realty. Anybody want to guess where Creekside Realty is?
It's by a creek.
I know it'd be like.
Exactly. Bet it's in the South.
Oh, okay.
I'll bet it's in the South. Beautiful storefront. Just beautiful.
Yeah, that's stunning.
Yeah. Well, great. Well, this morning we're going to review some important shifts in the market and see how we might be inching towards a buyer's market, which means a good amount of inventory. We'll also talk about pre-qualifying your sellers and how to have $1 million morning. I'm really looking forward to that. What I'd like you to do, think today about your options for productivity. So do you let the economy dictate your production and income? Do you let the economy dictate it? By this, I mean, when the economy improves, everybody's happy and makes lots of money in a good economy. Hopefully that's true. But what happens when the economy slows, which it always does? When the economy controls your productivity, you've chosen the option of not becoming a great listing agent. You should be controlling the economy or your economy with your activities. So don't worry about the economy because money can be made in any market. The market is so large, you're just after your share of the market. Start changing or improving your sales behaviors and activities today, which is why you're here. You can't grow, can't list more property unless you keep working on the quality of your activities. Which sales behaviors do you have to improve first to make more listings? Give that some thought and let us know. Let your manager know what we can do for you, what resources we have. We've been running this show for almost 3 years now. We have a lot of data. We have a huge database, and the managers have learned a lot by bringing this information to you. So we have a lot to say on those subjects. And treat your business like a business. Remember, there's a lot of business to be done. What do we have for listings?
Nothing. They're all sold.
That's true.
All right.
Fast.
They're moving fast, still in the neighborhood of 30 listings. And let's see, Cool, are you here? What have you got? Do you have any new or anything anything exciting that happened as far as new listings or closings?
Oh, for sure. Portland is staying very busy. Chrissy Hansen has 2 new listings in Portland, condos near the river, Nato Parkway. Those went live last Friday or last Thursday, and there's a possibility that she has a contract for one of them. So we'll find out soon.
Nice.
For pendings, Nyath's been super busy. She has at least 2 pending at the moment that just went pending over the last week. Mike Fowler and Faye Wu, as well as Chrissy Hansen. Those have properties going pending.
All right.
And as for closings, Nyath had another close. So congratulations to all the Oregon agents.
Congratulations.
Nice.
Yeah.
Busy.
Thank you.
It's looking busy. How are we in Longview?
Well, Longview's doing good. We had a closing. Crystal Kramer had a closing this last week.
I saw that. Congratulations, Crystal.
Nice.
And we have a couple we've listed the restaurant next door to us.
Oh, nice.
I heard
didn't know that. That's cool.
I heard that. I'm writing an offer. I'm making an offer today.
That's good.
Do I
Yeah.
want the restaurant or do I just want a hamburger? I'm really not sure.
We'll have to find out your motivation.
That's right.
Yes.
We can find out. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's good. We have lots in the works, just waiting for a few other new listings.
Great.
Good, good. How's Vancouver?
Well, it's very exciting in Vancouver. Daniela has already put her first deal into escrow, so she's
Nice.
at an inspection right now. Yeah, I'm super proud of her. She's got that with her sphere of influence. She called everybody that she knows and let them know that she started a real estate career and she got a buyer. So congrats to her. We have 9 deals in escrow right now in Vancouver. So
Wow.
Kevin has 2, Shauna has 2, I have 3. We just have a lot going on here.
Nice.
All right.
That's a busy office up there. Oh my goodness.
Sounds like a good spring
Mhm.
and a good economy. I think it's coming back. This is great. This is great news. Might have something to do with the sunshine.
That's right.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I just pull one up. Ah, Madras. These are such beautiful. There is nothing like a new house. Is that brand new construction? Yeah.
Oh, that's already pending.
It's already done.
Dang.
Yeah, they go so fast.
They're like popcorn.
Over the weekend. Yeah, it was great. Very fast. And I'm surprised.
Nice.
Well, it's not hard to, I mean, everybody wants a new house.
That floor is so pretty. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. This is beautiful work.
Nice.
Oh my. Okay. All right. Thank you. Everybody's getting busy. Let's go over a couple of things. We have company and office events. The big event for us this summer is going to be the Mike Ferry Superstar Retreat. And you can click right on this link, which is on the blog, which is on c21brokers.com. There's a blog for every one of these Let's Talk Real Estate meetings. And the retreat is July 18th through the 21st, which is 4 full days of seminar on how to sell real estate, from the basics to the advanced procedures. It's very high energy, and it's in a high energy place, and it's a lot of fun. So consider your availability for that, and we'd like to see you there.
Nice.
And definitely don't miss our awards luncheon, June 15th, right here in the Portland office at 11 o'clock. Kung, have you decided what's for lunch?
I have not yet. I'm still looking into that. So if you guys have any suggestions, let me know.
Okay. Okay. Very good. All right. Anything else yet? I know we wanted to get back into lunch and learns, and that the managers are talking about what can be done in locally. So the managers will be bringing you that as we find those opportunities and schedule those things on the local level. Okay, how's the market? Some interesting stuff today. So the interest rates, this is good news. The interest rate's 6.35, which is down, but again, it's tiny little increments. So we're just holding steady at 6.25, 6.25, less than 6.5. It's just been fluctuating in there for some time, which is exactly what the buyers want to see. It's old news. Interest rate going up 0.01% is old news, and the outlets are going to stop reporting that because nobody cares. You can buy a house either way, whether it's 0.35 or 0.36. The consumer price index, which is our index of inflation, has not moved since last week. That figure comes out monthly. It's under 5. which was big news when that happened because that's trailing back to normal. We have some updated, the Washington was updated. Let me see how I am with time because I want to show something. But we have the new Washington report. And I'll just quickly go through these figures in Washington. And so active listings is not one of them. New listings, there were 619 new listings, and you can see that that's up from the 2 prior years quite a bit. Oh, no, I'm sorry, down. I'm looking at the wrong one. Okay, it's down from the 2 prior years. In fact, it's down 34.7% from April of last year. So a slower start than the last 2 years. Probably a little less inventory. The same thing here. On pending sales, that is, there are 607 in the RMLS in Clark County, and that's decreased 42.2%. Closed sales, the same story, decreased 42 point something percent. Average market time, now this is a good indicator here. Average market time has decreased also, which I think is a sign of a larger market. So that's 44 days. Average and median sale price, what happened here? That decreased year over year 2.9%. It went from 519,900 to 505,000. And another thing I saw was the affordability index, which the RMLS gives you on Clark County. And so that's not the greatest news. The affordability index is 90. That means the median family earning the median income, trying to buy the median house, only has 90% of the money they need to buy it. And we're hoping that that median person has 100% of the money to buy the median house. That's the ideal. That's what everybody wants. And look at the chart. It's been much over that. It's been 120, 140. But now it's down to 90. All right, that's Southwest Washington. We've got that report printed right there, along with the Portland Metro and recent Cowlitz County. Kung, the conversation from the NAR economist looks like it was interest rates today.
Right. Short and sweet article. Let's see what it says. With inflation falling below 5%, mortgage rates moved lower this week. According to Freddie Mac, the average rate on a 30-year fixed mortgage dropped to 6.35% from 6.39% the previous week. While fast rising rent prices remain the largest contributor to elevated inflation, it appears that CPI rent growth has peaked and started to cool. Put simply, rent prices continue to be higher than a year ago, but are increasing more slowly than they did the previous month. With this decelerating rent price trend to persist in the upcoming months, following the trend of asking rent prices reported by the private sector, inflation will slow down even further, pulling down mortgage rates. This could bring some size of relief for many buyers. With a 6% mortgage rate, more Americans can afford to purchase the median priced home by putting less than 20% down. So,
Excellent.
we're heading in the right direction.
We are. So remember that positive news from the NAR economist. That's your authority when you're confronted with garbage, when you're confronted with doomsayers and the guy on the radio who knows exactly what's going to happen and when. That should be a red flag right there. The NAR economist is not saying they know exactly what and when, but they've studied this for a very long time. Thank you, Kuhn. Let's look at the role play. So I updated the How's the Market speeches. So go ahead and go in here. This is on the Productivity Hub. It's on the left. How's the market? And each week we update a little elevator speech for you. And I'm going to start because one of them was different. One of them had a different message than we've been seeing in a while. And I wonder if it has to do with things to come. And it's Canyon County, Idaho, which is essentially the Boise metro area. It says we're seeing a slight decrease in home prices nationwide as interest rates continue a slow trend upwards. But the Boise market area is now considered a buyer's market, which means that the supply of homes is greater than the demand for homes. Now, how did that happen? Average days on the market in the Boise metro is 47 days, and home prices have decreased 8.7% over last year. The median home list price in the metro area is $524,900. Interest rates are currently 6.35%. They're expected to fluctuate upwards over time. There are still more people looking to buy than there are homes available. No, that's not true. I got to change that. It's the opposite now. There are more buyers than there are homes. All right, that's the first time we've seen this. So that's the Boise Metro, and I know they had a different experience throughout all of this than everyone else. They had a huge up.
Increase. Yeah, they went.
Huge increase. So that's an adjustment. And I hope they're not as volatile as California. California has always been, if you want big swings of ups and downs and I'm rich, I'm poor in a week, California is the place where that happens. Not so much in Oregon and Washington. We're protected from that, you know. We don't do it as quickly here. So that's the story there. It's an interesting thing that's happening in our neighboring metropolis.
It is more like California, isn't it, that way?
That was, yeah.
Wild ride.
That certainly was a wild ride. And
seatbelts required.
yeah. Kung, how's the market in Portland? Can you read that? I can't find my
Yes.
make it bigger.
We are seeing a slight decrease in home prices nationwide as interest rates continue a slow trend upwards. However, this continues to be a seller's market due to a shortage of available housing and signs of a reluctance to purchase from buyers. Average days on the market is 44 days, and median home prices have decreased 2.9% over last year. The median home sold price in the metro area is $505,000. Interest rates are currently at 6.35% and are expected to fluctuate over time. This is a great time to list while it is still favorable to sellers. Buyers also benefit from dropping prices and increased stability in the interest rates and greater time on the market.
All right, thank you. Still looking pretty much the same. Still very favorable to both buyers and sellers. Almost a neutral market in the Portland Metro. Thank you. What I'd like to do now, I usually don't bring information to this meeting. This is a sales meeting. We want to bring you, information that will make you money primarily. But something important came up. Cheryl, you sent me a video from the Washington Realtors. I thought we would play that because it applies to everybody. And
I think I sent it to you.
What's that? You did.
I
Okay.
sent it.
So Cheryl doesn't know what we're talking about, but you know what? This actually happened to Cheryl. Cheryl, you got a call from somebody who wanted to sell land, raw land, and wouldn't give you very much information.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they couldn't come to the office. They didn't drive.
They didn't drive.
Yeah.
Yet they own raw land way out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it wasn't really their land, but they had a power of attorney so they could sell it. And then as soon as I asked for the power of attorney paperwork, ghosted me.
Yeah, she actually stopped what she was doing. She was doing a great series and put this video out. So I thought it was pretty important that we all took a listen.
Yes.
Interesting. So I'll let Annie Fitzsimmons say it, but yeah, if you keep your eyes open, like Annie says, it's the realtors who can stop this immediately just by asking some questions, just by being suspicious, which is hard for a realtor to do because we see the commission and we want, okay, we don't want anything to go wrong. Whatever you say is right. But there are a lot of red flags. Cheryl, you saw the red flags immediately.
Yep.
Hi, Manny Fitzsimmons. I'm your Washington Realtors Legal Hotline lawyer, and we're covering a topic today that we covered not too long ago. It's a problem of fraud, and the problem is growing exponentially. And it's really important that brokers in Washington State understand how rampant this fraud scheme is, because you are the first line of defense to derail the fraud scheme. And here's what's happening. Vacant land, raw land, and in some cases, vacant houses. Brokers are receiving phone calls from the seller, and I'm putting it in air quotes because it's not really the seller, it's not really the property owner. It is somebody pretending to be the property owner. They've gone online, they've researched the property owner's name, where they're from. They mimic an email address that looks like it could be this person. So if Sarah Smith is the property owner, the fraudster will come up with an email address that's something like sarah.smith@gmail.com or something like that. So it looks like it's Sarah Smith. They are able to route their phone so that it looks like they're calling from a 206 or a 253 or a 509 or a 425 area code. So it feels like it's a phone call that is from somebody who might have a cell phone from our area. And what the caller will usually say is that they want to list the property, they're looking for an MVA, they are overseas temporarily, but they would like to sell the property. And when you get back to them with a market value analysis, they will almost always want to list the property on the low side of value because they'll tell you there's some sense of urgency about it. All of them have different reasons for why the sale is urgent, but it is almost always an urgent sale. When this pattern was first developing, one of the solutions that the industry created was to ask the caller to forward a copy of their driver's license or passport or some kind of identifying information, and that stopped the fraud in the beginning. Now we're hearing that the fraudsters are simply coming up with photocopies of driver's licenses that look like they would be, in our example, Sarah Smith's driver's license or passport or whatever that document may be. There was also the ability to say, we need to talk to you on the phone. And if the seller refused to talk on the phone, which many of them did, then that was a red flag that this might be fraud. Now we're hearing that the bad guys are having voice conversations with brokers using artificial intelligence. And it appears that the broker is talking to a real human being, an native English speaking human being located just in a foreign country. And in reality, they're talking through they're hearing a voice through artificial intelligence. We have seen too many of these transactions close across the state. And when that happens, somebody is damaged. Title companies are paying settlements to buyers, but in the process, the buyer may not be made whole. Buyers are closing on the property and then moving forward with septic installations or additional feasibility studies or having plans drawn to have buildings constructed on the land. And that money may not be recoverable from the title insurance company. We're having scenarios where brokers are asked to disgorge or give back their commissions that the brokers feel like I did everything I had to do to earn this compensation, and yet I'm being asked to give it back. Do I really have to give it back? It's a question I'm going to leave hanging out there. I can't answer that question for you, but it is something that you would have to follow up with probably your firm's lawyer if that question were asked of you. And so ultimately, what can you do to prevent the fraud? And here's the two things that I'm hearing from title companies recently, that when they put this requirement on the seller, or when this happens within the transaction, this is a good way of being able to filter out legitimate sellers from fraudulent sellers. The first is that a letter needs to be mailed to the true owner of the property at the address identified by the county as the owner's tax recorded records. So if you're going to list this property and it is raw land or a vacant house, and the seller says that they are temporarily located overseas, or sometimes in one case I've heard they're in the continental US, but they're on the other side of the continent. So they're far away, even if they're stateside. Mail a letter to the address identified as the tax record address for the true owner of the property, and just confirm in writing that I have been asked by you to list your property for sale. If that's not the case, please reach out to me immediately. You can explain that there's fraud in the industry and you don't want to market this person's property for sale if they aren't really trying to sell it. Be candid with them about what's happening. And if it is really them, then they shouldn't be offended by you reaching out to them. If it's not really them, then you will have saved yourself resources, time, emotional energy, and you will have saved buyers and buyer brokers, and even the seller and the title company the same thing. The other solution that we're hearing, and this, however, gets you all the way down to closing potentially before you get the real answer as to whether or not the seller is legitimate. When a title company says to a person who is in a foreign country, you may not provide your own remote notary. You must use the remote notary provided to you by our title company, or you have to take yourself to the American consulate and show your ID at the American consulate. You have to sign seller located in a foreign country by one of those two ways you're closing documents. And if the seller pushes back and says, no, I have my own notary, I don't need your notary, I don't want to pay for your notary, then title company is not going to close that transaction. And you will be wasting your efforts if you work with that seller, leading yourself up to the closing table. So early in the transaction, you can let the seller know that this is going to be a requirement of title, that the seller is going to have to sign with the title company's remote notary or at the American consulate in their country. Also, send that letter to the true owner of the property at the tax record address. Those are the two most reliable, at least for right now, ways to disrupt the fraud. If you have questions on this topic or any other, please log on to warealtor.org, follow the links to the legal hotline, and then click on Ask a Question. Thank you for being a Washington Realtors member.
Okay, has that happened to anybody else? Anything like that?
Luckily, no.
Okay,
Not recently.
not recently. Yeah. Well, Cheryl, you're lucky.
Mhm.
You scared them off. You asked for something they didn't have.
Yeah.
A power of attorney. They should have gone online and created one.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay,
Maybe-
so I'm not sure why it's just land that they're using. Probably because you can't go to the property and confirm anything by driving over there. Just a piece of land.
Yeah, and they don't have a key.
They don't have a key, right? They're just pretending to be that person. Well, people are clever. Realtors have always been a target because you sell something that is so expensive. There is so much money there. Just the idea that when that fraud pays off, it pays off big. So that's not going to go away ever. And so talk to your manager. If you're at all suspicious, talk to the manager. We'll review these things. Mail a letter to the county. And then, of course, the title company will do everything they can to catch it after you've done all this work. You don't want that to happen to you. All right. We've got the Accelerate schedule, the Go List schedule, and the calendar online. And also I have the local calendar for week of May 15th through the 19th of the Moxie Works and all of the Century 21 University. So definitely take a look at this. What I have for Century 21 University under here, under training. And we did that. And $1 Million Mornings. Tell us about that. I don't have the
I see that. That's okay. I have it.
okay.
Nice.
You'll just have to listen without anything to
We will
look
listen.
at. Listen carefully.
Okay.
So this has been an ongoing challenge for me because I'm really not a morning person. I am a night owl, I guess, but anyway, I'm not someone that normally like jumps out of bed. You know, I'm slow to get up and all those things. So I've been working on this for a while. Having a morning routine and you know, and sticking to it, it's hard. Anyway, this mostly I got from someone, her name's Mel Robbins. She's a great motivational speaker, and I thought I would share it. It's talks about how you set your day up is how it ends up. So getting that good start in the morning helps you all day long. Especially for realtors. I know a lot of realtors, we talk about it a lot in this office, that you know, we need to have a routine. You have a routine every day and you just do it. And everybody has a routine, you know, that you do most of the time, but just might not be a good routine. So this is a good one. It's 5 steps that you can do every morning. And, you know, I've been doing it, and I won't say that 100%, but really close. I've been doing good. So if you're serious about making more money or getting in shape or whatever it is your goals are, you need to get laser focused and make a change. So that's what I've been doing. Think of a day when you got up early and you were prepared for an appointment, and you went there, and you know, because you were prepared, everything went well, and how you felt on that day, as opposed to, you know, it's always good. My gauge is when I look at the clock and it's like, you know, 9 or 10 in the morning, and I've gotten so much done already, and you know, it makes you feel good about the rest of the day and how much more you can do. So, you know, if you don't have that plan and you think of how you feel when you wake up and you hit the snooze button and you hit the snooze button again and you hit it again, and then you get up late and then you have to rush to get ready, and then you start taking things out of your day that, oh, I don't have time for that now, I'm going to skip that. I don't have time for that. I don't have time to, you know, work out or go for a walk or do all the things. Then, you know, it messes up your whole day. So quit procrastinating.
I was like, I can't rely on myself unless I have that schedule set.
Yes.
It's necessary.
So this speaker, she's very blunt, and you know, if you want to look her up, Mel Robbins, like I said, be prepared. She's gonna, you know, drop a few F-bombs and stuff, and she's not, you know, she is an ass kicker. She's gonna tell you to do your things. Quit procrastinating on your life. If you wake up and the first thing you do is opt out of your life, avoid all the hard things, embrace your anxiety, think of a million excuses why you can't get up. I stayed up too late last night, I'm old, I'm tired, I don't want to get up. You start that's the way you start your life. You're hitting the snooze on your life, and you're thinking of a million excuses why you can't do things. And we need to change that attitude. You know, and if you keep doing the same things, then you're going to get the same results. So in order to grow, you need to drop what doesn't work for you. You wouldn't keep writing with a pen that's out of ink. So the things that you're doing, if you're not having a routine and getting up, you know, they don't work anymore. So time to do something different. So here we go. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
So number one in the million, this is the $1 million morning. Number one, when the alarm goes off, get your butt out of bed.
Mhm.
Here's the 5-second rule. When the alarm goes off, you count down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and you get up. No time for laying there to do excuses. You know, think of excuses, or, you know, you lay there and
Lay there, go through your phone.
yeah, if you hit snooze, all of that, don't pick up your phone. That's one of the biggest things in the $1 Million Morning is don't pick up your phone.
Right.
Plug it in across the room if you need to.
Oh, yeah.
Don't pick up your phone, and then decide, tell yourself exactly what you're going to do. So I'm going to get out of bed as soon as the alarm rings tomorrow morning. You know, get yourself psyched up for it. Draw the line in the sand between the old snoozer you used to be and the new go-getter you're going to be. So do it for you and not other people for a change. We know that, you know, if someone else needed us to get up at a certain time in the morning and take them to the airport or take them to the doctor or whatever it was, you would get up and do it. So why can't you do these things for yourself? So it's kind of about those promises that you make yourself again. And then practice. This is kind of funny, but it works. Visualize, rehearse in real life to strengthen your muscle memory. Practice in your head what you're going to do. You're going to get up in the morning, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, you get up. And then after you do it a few times, it's going to be second nature. Becomes a habit, just like, you know, when you're stumbling around, at least I'm stumbling around in the morning. I'm not one of those people that can get up and run around, and I'm stumbling around, and yeah, you know, but I'll get up and I'll brush my teeth. I'll do all these things that I just automatically do every morning because it's
Make coffee,
yeah,
right to the coffee maker.
get to the coffee. So yeah, once it becomes a habit, then you're becoming a better version of yourself, and doing this one small thing every day will create a big change in your life. So humans are wired to do more, accomplish, create, learn more. We're all wired to grow. So changing and practicing things differently will help you feel better all the way around. So leave the old you in bed and wake up to the new you. Starting tomorrow, right? Okay,
Yes.
Number 2 is make your bed. And this is about accomplishing small tasks. So it's kind of like another one of those things about, you know, you make a list and check things off. So this one is just a small thing, keeping a promise to yourself, making your bed. You're going to feel better later on when you walk back into your room and your bed's all nice and made and everything. So, and that's an easy one. You can kind of do that, you know, in your sleep while you're still stumbling around.
Yeah.
So that's about giving yourself a little future gift. And, you know, when you keep a promise to yourself, you set yourself up to be more confident. Yeah, you know, I make my bed every day. Good for me. Okay, number 3. This is the one that I struggled with because it's a little different. So this is the high five habit. So you get up, you get yourself together, you know, you do all whatever it is your routine is in the morning, brush your teeth, and then you're going to do this every day after you brush your teeth because of habit stacking. Yep. You put it in there after something that you're going to do every day, and then you'll just, you know, it'll just go into your habits. So what you do is you look in the mirror and look in your eyes, and, you know, you need that person that you're looking in the mirror to show up for you that day. You need, you know, your hopes and dreams don't care if you're not a morning person. You need to get up, you need to support that person, keep your promises to that person, set an intention for the day, you know, decide, okay, what are these things I'm going to get done for the day? And then give yourself a high five in the mirror and go. That's number 3. So number 4 I love this one. It's move your body and your mind. So good news right now, the sun's out. Power walk for 10 minutes. That's all this is. So for 10 minutes, power walk. What does power walk mean? You know, walk like you're late. You don't have to knock yourself out or whatever. Just walk like you're late. Research shows that if you're walking even 10 minutes a day outside, and you'll add years to your life. So it's really good, get you moving just a little bit. And if you know you want to do more of a workout or whatever, that's totally up to you. But 10 minutes, everybody's got 10 minutes, no excuses. And still don't look at your phone. You can take your phone with you and play, you know, music or motivation, whatever. You can do that, but do not look at your messages and do not look at your emails. Don't look at social media.
That takes practice, by the way.
Yes, sometimes, like I found myself accidentally doing it, like because I don't even think about it sometimes. You know, if my phone's around, I'll look at it. So it does take practice. So get your 10 minutes in there. It's only 10 minutes. And don't, you know, one of the reasons you don't look at your phone and look at the email is you're inviting all these other people and things into your life first thing in the morning. And if you want it to be about you, where you're setting your intention, you wouldn't invite those people into your bedroom in the morning that you're looking at, you know, that are talking to you in your messages and your emails. So concentrate just on you. These things don't take very long. You can make your bed in a couple of minutes, 10 minutes of walking. And then, you know, do this before the world steps in and steals the time and energy from you, because that's going to happen all day long. You're going to have all the things that are going to come in. Just concentrate. This is about concentrating on yourself for just a few minutes in the morning. So the last one, number 5, is the progress principle, which means you want to make a little progress on something every day. So you can decide what that is for yourself. But people who feel they're making progress are going to feel more fulfilled in their life. That is a thing. That's the number one thing that make people feel good, is making a little bit of progress on something. And that can be, you know, whatever it is for you. You can set up an area where you're going to make your calls or make a list or whatever it is for you, you know, do set up, maybe write in a journal, whatever it is for you, for 5 to 15 minutes a day. That anything that gets you closer to a goal that you have in your life. So if your goal is to write a book or something, maybe you're just going to sit down and write 10 minutes or whatever. Maybe your goal is to lose some weight, so you're going to pack a healthy lunch or snacks throughout the day or throughout the rest of your day, whatever it is for you. New habits will support you and the goals you want to achieve. They allow you to get one step closer to the future you, the winner, you know, the one that makes $1 million. Leave that loser snoozer behind. Do it for you. Don't hit the snooze button. You want to do it for you, the you that has an extra 15 minutes to write that business plan in the morning, the you who feels more confident, takes action, and gets stuff done. The new you is getting closer and closer every day to taking action toward creating a new habit. So when I had this great picture on there that you don't get to see, but it just says, pause to think whether what you're doing every day is helping you to become who you want to be.
We can see it. He put it on.
Oh, okay, good. There it is. You can read it. So that is the $1 Million Morning. Simple. Yeah.
Excellent. Excellent.
Can I add something to that?
Sure.
So I was thinking like all these wonderful things in the morning that are all helping you with your goals in life. So the thing that really helps me is to remember what I do the night before to get up in the morning and do all these things will also
Mhm.
help. So don't stay up super late
Yeah.
and snacking and doing all those things that kind of go in the opposite direction of what you're trying to do.
Yes, for sure. That exact thing was my goal for this year, was to do the night before the way it needs to be done.
Yeah.
Go to bed earlier and
Yeah.
have a nighttime routine.
Yes.
Maybe I can find one of those. I don't know. Good point.
Excellent. Thank you. Thank you. And so I did find that. So I will post that right there where it belongs when I get to that. And let's see. Okay, Shauna, you didn't do this last week, did you?
Nope.
I didn't think so. But it's a very important topic.
It is.
Tell us about it.
Sure. Pre-qualifying the seller like a professional. This is one of the most exciting topics that you can have in real estate sales business, because it gives you a strong competitive advantage with all the agents that are in your marketplace. It can make your life so much easier, so much more productive, so much more profitable. Pre-qualifying means more money and less time. The 180-degree rule, I'm sure all of us have heard that. You want to do exactly opposite of what everybody else is doing. So do most agents pre-qualify their sellers, practice and rehearse scripts? No. Do most people prospect? Probably not. Do most have a canned presentation? Virtually everything that the Mike Berry system teaches you is the opposite of what everyone else is doing. And we know this because most of those agents are doing, four deals or less a year. And the agents that are practicing these things can do much, much more, right? Pre-qualifying is one of our most important skills. Pre-qualifying the seller is one of those places where the majority of your competition does not have a clue. If you can learn to pre-qualify and learn all the benefits of it, you will have an advantage over everyone else. Pre-qualifying the seller will set you apart from your competition. Do you know how pre-qualifying will set you apart? Well, I'm going to tell you. You set an appointment and you immediately begin pre-qualifying your seller. The presentation is started, you're pre-qualifying them. You get a chance to ask the questions. You get a chance to get a lot of information. You get a chance for the seller to talk a lot about what they're trying to accomplish and what they want. Very important. Pre-qualifying will give you a competitive advantage. If you're pre-qualifying if you're competing against other agents, probably 8 out of 10 times you pre-qualify, they don't. The seller hangs up the phone and says, wow, this is a bit stronger. They asked me a bunch of questions before coming over. That's interesting. So it will make a difference in the seller's mind. Use pre-qualifying as your scouting report. Get your scouting report so you can know the things about the competition, your presentation that your competition doesn't. You know how motivated they are. You know where they're going. You know how much they owe. You know if they're interviewing other agents. You know what challenges they may have. It also gives you an edge over your competition, which allows you for a stronger, it allows you to prepare for your appointment in a stronger way. So if that is occurring, you're going to have more confidence. If you learn to pre-qualify and you know everything you need about the seller before you walk in the front door, your confidence is through the roof. It gives you the incredible calmness and confidence that you know what to do. It gives you a chance to prepare. Sellers want a knowledgeable and confident agent. How confident and knowledgeable can you be if you don't know anything about what the seller is trying to do? So that is like probably the thing that I learned the most in this system is the pre-qualifying part of it. It, I think, has helped me. I mean, so much. Like I probably have increased my chances of getting a listing signed. I'd say I was probably getting maybe 7 to 10, and now I'm closer to 9 out of 10 that I go on. I think it makes a big difference. I mean, if you add that up in money, that could be, you know, $20,000 difference. So it's a big difference. Work with those who have to sell and not want to sell. In today's market, more than ever, we're looking at people that have to sell versus people who want to sell. One thing that comes with a little bit more normal market, and which we're experiencing today, is the motivation of sellers have to be stronger if we want to work with them. And Mike Ferry system, they have more leads than most of us have, so maybe they do get to pick and choose. But honestly, working with people that don't want to sell is really not going to help you. When a market is going red hot, prices are going through the roof, people can want to sell and still sell. When the market stabilizes, like we're seeing now, and the prices become normal and they're not going up, people who want to sell don't sell. The people who have to sell. So those are the people that we want to work with. What does have to sell mean? And that's people that have to sell. Like, are they getting a job transfer? Do they need to scale down? Their house is too big. They can't go up and down stairs anymore. House is too small. There's a divorce. I see that all the time. There's a death. I have 3 in my pipeline right now that they just, are selling because one of the spouses have died. There's a financial situation. There's so many reasons, but you need to think about that when you're going out. If someone's like, well, if I can get what I want, then I'll do it. That's probably not where you want to spend your time and effort. And I like this next section really a lot too. Always be prepared. So I don't know, does anybody else do this? Do you print out the scripts and put them places? We don't have to, because John put them on the hub and we can just click on them on our phone. But if you think about it, 9 out of, if you get like 10 to 12 people call you a year that are asking for, an appointment to come over and take a look at their house and list it. If you have those scripts with you, you're going to have a lot better of a chance to get that listing signed. And so always be prepared to pre-qualify by keeping these questions wherever you need them. And put the scripts in your car, put them in your home office. And, I think a lot of the people in this system like to have note cards, right? Or something like that, John. I put it on a little note card. But like I said, we have it all on our phone if we want it. So we can always click on it there. I love to have the how's the market with me, because I get asked that question so much that it's nice to have that right there. Always be prepared. And that's what we just talked about. How much time have I spent role-playing, practicing, and perfecting the pre-qualification script? Ask yourself this question. How much time have I spent role-playing, practicing, and perfecting the script? And we see this a lot in our Monday through Friday, 9 o'clock stuff. And I see people coming when they first start, and then it dwindles and dwindles. And I'm telling you that it isn't something that you can stop working on. It's really something you need to practice all the time. I do. And I mean, it really makes a difference when you practice what to say. And not only do we practice what to say, but we also practice and we ask questions. And what if they say this? I mean, we go over more than just the scripts. If there's something that is, troubling you about the script that you're saying, maybe we can work on that too during that time. So also, don't disqualify while you're talking to people. We're pre-qualifying, not disqualifying. Remember, this is not disqualifying. You're going to ask a lot of questions and you may not like some of their answers. That has nothing to do with gathering all of the information. When you pre-qualify, you might ask them, are you interviewing more than one agent for, for the job of selling? I like the answer here. Oh yeah, we're interviewing 14 people. You may not like that answer. So, but when I was looking at this, I was thinking, how many times have you guys went somewhere like, okay, I know when people ask me a question, I may not answer it the right way. Has that happened to you? I mean, like someone's selling you something and then you answer it and then you think later, well, maybe that's not really what I meant to say. So that's what, to me, this paragraph is about, is don't just disqualify them. They're going to pick up on that when you start, when you're in your mind mentally disqualifying them. So go through all of the questions. And the rest of this is kind of going over what we went over last week. Is pre-qualifying is part of the 5-step process. It's essential to do all the steps. And if you don't pre-qualify, the rest of the steps aren't really going to make a lot of sense. So practice your skills. And right now it's really important that we are pre-qualifying in this type of market.
Mhm.
I summed that up.
Okay.
Well,
Well, excellent.
it's all there.
Excellent. And it does take practice. And but it is so obvious once you learn the pre-qualifying script, it is so obvious you need to know all of these things before you proceed. And it covers everything that you'll need to know. It covers every question you need to ask.
But one-
Yeah, and
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. One thing I would say also is it needs to be memorized and you need to be showing up to our 9 o'clocks every day, but don't feel like you can't just say, I have the script here. These are some really interesting questions to help me help you.
Holy.
Script, rate it off, have fun with them.
Read it off. Yeah. And then when you go on your listing presentation, take it with you and you can remind them of their motivation.
Right.
You know, you have to be back east in 2 months. Did you forget? Did that change?
Right.
Yeah, it separates the professionals from the amateurs. It really does. This kind of thing. It's a big one. One of the biggest.
And what does that do for your confidence? And who wants to work with somebody who's not confident? Not me. I don't.
Right.
Yes.
Okay. Well, very good. Well, today I had a lot of great information. Reach out to Cheryl for more on the $1 Million Morning, and I will post that here as well. This video was recorded. It will be up on our YouTube channel this afternoon, and you can find that lots of ways. You can click on the blog and watch on YouTube, and that will go right to Century. Great music. So those will all be there, or just go into YouTube, Century 21 North Star. There's our channel. It'll have under videos, it'll have all of our meetings, and it'll have
So
this.
subscribe and give a thumbs up.
That's right.
Yes. That'd be nice.
Yes.
That'd be nice. Okay, thank you, everybody. I'll let you get back to work. Have a great week.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Thanks.